it's Gabi from the Kia Hyundai channel, and today's quick recap is on the 2024 Kia Sorento LX and the Sorento EX. If you want to see it full in depth, check out our live stream that we did today where we went through everything this vehicle has to offer, or these vehicles. First things first with the LX, this is our entry level here in Canada, and for an entry or base model, it's very well equipped. We get things like a forward collision avoidance sensor, smart cruise control, Kia Connect integration, and seven seats. Another thing we're going to get, and what's very different between these two models, is the powertrain. So this one's going to feature a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder gas engine, but it's not turbocharged, meaning our horsepower output's only 191 and our torque is only 181. You also get an 8-speed automatic transmission, which may be more of a preference to you versus the dual clutch we get in that one. Another difference comes with the headlights. So at first glance, it may not seem like there's anything to look at that's really different, and that's why this is a spot the difference game. So amber daytime running lights, the same thing, but when it comes to the actual headlight unit, this is a reflector style versus the EX, which is going to feature projection, which features a little bit more projection to the road and less to other drivers' eyes. So more courteous light, if you will. When it comes to the wheels, there's not a lot to write home about on this model, but don't worry, wheels are the easiest thing to change. These are 17-inch alloys, and that's an alloy. A lot of manufacturers will just do a steel wheel for their entry spec. Coming up to the body of this Sorento, size is going to be the same. Both of them are going to feature 3 rows of seating, except this one is going to give you 7 seats. The other ones are only going to give you 6. Coming up to the back, you get an abundance of trunk space. Maybe not so much with that rear seat folded up, but if you were to knock it down, you can see we got a lot of usable cargo room. These cars are also going to come equipped with a spare tire, so you have that great peace of mind, and you do get front and rear parking sensors. Let's do a figure 8 formation. We'll walk in between the two, see the wheels side by side, so 17-inch alloys versus the 18s on the Sorento EX. There's quite the difference there. I think you guys know which one's my favorite. And we'll work our way to the front where we can talk about the engine. As you may notice, I have this one propped up because I'm more excited to talk about it. This is a 2.5 liter, but turbo is also added into the mix. So that turbocharged engine is going to give you 281 horse with 311 pound-foot of torque. So if you're someone who likes a little extra pep in their step, this is definitely the way to go. We also get a different transmission. So this is going to feature an 8-speed wet-type dual clutch. Dual clutches are something, it operates similar to an automatic in the sense that you don't actually have a clutch pedal, but the inner working mechanisms of this car are quite different, and you should definitely read up on that or watch up on that, and we've done a video on it. Headlights, they look the same, but these are projection style like I mentioned, and when it comes to the silver coating around your grille, it's a little bit different versus the almost washed out plastic that's on the LX. So those are the main differences on the exterior. Here's one more thing I want to point out though. Let's work our way to the back of the car. And you may also notice, or probably won't notice because of our camera quality, the trimming along the body of the Sorento is going to be more so silver and metal-like finish on the EX trims and above. And on the LX, it's going to look a little bit more plasticky. So this one's definitely going to have a more luxe look. Speaking of luxe, power lift gate. So power lift gate in the EX and above trims, customizable to your height if you'd like to change that. And of course, the seating configuration is different. This is going to feature 6 seats, so 2 in the back, 2 in the middle. Those are captain's chairs, by the way, so a little extra comfort. Everything else, however, is largely the same except for what Charlotte's going to mention right now. Well, let's take a look at the LX first. And remember, when it comes to the LX, this is the entry-level model, so everything on this is going to be standard and available in the EX unless it adds on or replaces it. But to get into this vehicle, what you're going to do is you'll notice we have a black pad here, which means we have keyless entry. That also means that we get a push-button start, we have standard remote start, and also standard Kia Connect. And all of that on a base model, incredible. Now, when it comes to our seating, we are going to have cloth seats on this vehicle, and if you're curious as to why we have a plastic mix in there, check out the full live stream because we're going to have a little bit more of our funny stories in that. But sometimes it's not about what the seat is made of, but what's underneath the seat, and I am proud to say that we do have a powered driver seat with the inclusion of lumbar support, which is, again, so great for a base model. When it comes to our steering wheel, nothing too crazy going on here. It's not heated or anything like that, just regular driving controls and media controls, or driving controls like your smart cruise control, lane keep assist, and lane follow assist. Again, all come standard. When it comes to our screens, let's talk about what we have going on here. We have new software with a digital tachometer, digital speedometer, and a 4.2-inch center screen, which you're going to be able to cycle through tons of various information. I'll have Gabby come around and we'll keep talking about some of the differences that we have in this vehicle. And my question for you guys, if you've been able to spot the differences, do you prefer the projection lights or the reflection lights? Or do you not care? Hey Charlotte.
Welcome back. When it comes to your key, you can see that we're going to get a slim profile key, and there's that remote start that I was talking about. But let's keep talking about this screen because let's be real, it's going to be the star of the show every single time. So we're using the new software, so the new CCNC software, and we have a great 12.3-inch screen, which is going to be available on all trims. The best part with this screen is you're going to get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So that is absolutely amazing, and it is so responsive and so intuitive. It's quickly become my favorite feature that Kia and Hyundai offer. Now down below, we're going to have our switchable infotainment and climate control. So we've got our regular climate here, which you can adjust, and then of course your media controls too. If we move down, you can see we've got options for power, so dual USB-Cs, one for power and connectivity, and tons of slots here, convenient spot for your phone. 2 heated seats, and then also cup holders and drive mode select. So Gabby, of course, told you guys all about the powertrain, but you'll see that we have 4 standard drive modes and 3 terrain modes. Wow.
Is all-wheel drive standard here in Canada?
Absolutely it is.
And terrain modes are standard too?
Absolutely they are.
Awesome.
All 3 of them. So no matter which vehicle you are in the Sorento lineup, you know that you're going to be getting all of these really cool tech and safety features. Other than that, we've got idle, stop and go, auto hold, electronic parking brake, and those sensors, and the backup camera, which of course Gabby showed too. If you're curious as to what the second row looks like, we'll have a quick peek, but we'll talk about space more in our live stream because that, of course, is a longer video and less of our recap. But you can see that this is the only vehicle where we have a 7-seater configuration with a 3-row bench. If you want to know my thoughts about that, stay tuned to the end or also check out our live stream. But I do love that in the back, you still have dual USB-Cs on the back of the seat, tons of pockets, and rear air vents. Total game changer, let me tell you that. But let's take a look at the EX too. So we'll come around. Gabby already showed you my favorite feature, which has got to be the smart liftgate. I love that, and I think it's an absolute game changer, especially as a parent. But let's take a look at our configuration for this vehicle, and I'll turn the screens on in just a second. You can see that this is where we get our introduction to a leatherette seating. They're still going to be heated, still going to be a power driver's seat, everything along those lines, and you're still going to have the same setup when it comes to your instrument cluster. However, your steering wheel looks a little different. Bet you did catch that, because it is leather wrapped and it's also going to be fully heated, which again, that is a non-negotiable for me in Canada. I absolutely love that feature. It's one of my favorite convenience features. I'll have Gabby come around to the passenger side and we'll keep showing. In the meantime, I'll turn these screens on.
Turbo is the way to go when it comes to the Sorento. Just gonna throw that out there.
Oh, hey, again.
Hey, Charlotte.
Wasn't expecting you. When it comes to the screen, like I said, this is all going to be exactly the same, but what's underneath it is going to be what's different. So our climate control has had a little bit of a makeover, and that's because we have dual climate control in this vehicle. So I can set it to a temperature I want, Gabby can set it to a temperature she wants, and then you can still, of course, switch it back. Turn that off. Down below, you're also going to have the inclusion of a wireless phone charger. So with that and your wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can have a completely wireless experience in this vehicle. Everything else in that configuration is going to be the same. Same thing with down here, except you are going to have your heated steering wheel button, but you're still going to have all of those same features like idle, stop and go, auto hold, electronic parking brake, and of course your drive and terrain modes. Let's take a look at the captain's chairs in the second row. All right, so here's your second row. You can see we've got captain's chairs that are very easy to move and they can click into place. We're still gonna have all of our same features back here like rear air vents, USB-Cs, cup holders, but these of course are gonna be 2 seats with a leatherette seating and you're gonna be able to step into the third row. If you wanna see the third row, go and check out our live stream. And guys, I wanna tell you my hot take on this vehicle because Kia Canada has proved that they are listening to their consumers, so I'm gonna put this out there. If they took everything in this trim but made it a 7-seater with a bench or removable bench, slam dunk every day of the week. And of course, I explained that a little bit more in our live stream if you guys want to go and check that out. But thank you so much for watching today's recap video. We are so excited to do this for you guys because we recognize that not everyone can tune into our streams. But thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment down below, and also let us know what vehicle do you want a quick fire tour of next. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.